So in our case, we had a research section, but we knew there were about 15 other really good research websites out there. So instead of constantly just linking people to them, we created a search so they could come to our site. If they didn't find what they wanted, they could search just those sites and know that the research they were getting was from authoritative organizations out there. That can be useful for you in your own. I've created, for example, Google custom search engines for myself for particular topics that I know I search for frequently. And instead of just going to Google, I go there because I know it's searching the key sites that I want to. So once again, like a Google alert having everything come to you, use one search to search multiple sites, because a lot of the time you can't rely on their own searches, or they may not have a search functionality on their site. Things like multimedia are just ways for you to consume but also use information. It's amazing how much crap is out there, but it's also amazing how much professional and useful resources there are on sites like YouTube that you can A, learn from, and B, share with clients and other colleagues and things like that. The idea of sharing, we've only got a couple minutes left, but I wanted to just expound on the idea that within all of these, once you've found all of this stuff, if you're interested in sharing it, social media makes it easy. So I use Google Reader, and the moment I find something, there's a little share button in Google Reader at the bottom of a piece of information that allows me to, the moment I click it, it sends it automatically to Twitter, it sends it to my Delicious bookmarks, I can post it on my website, I can have it automatically show up on Facebook. Anyone who's subscribed to my RSS feed of shared items will get it, and I can also include it on other social networks. And so one click allows me to put it in a bunch of different places at once, depending on who wants to consume it. And that can be really amazing. So basically, with a website, on the right-hand side, for example, you can take one of your RSS tags and make a little widget that you just put on your website. So instead of having to go in and code your website, if you don't know how to do that, you put in a little bit of code, and the moment you share something, it shows up on your website for people to read about and to know about and things like that. And that can save a lot of time and energy as well. And the other thing is a lot of social media sites have started to do integration. So this is an example of a Twitter website where I can actually access 3 Twitter accounts, my LinkedIn account, and my Facebook account. So I don't have to leave this in order to see updates from all of those different places or even post to them. So once again, just like Google Reader allows me to be in one place to access a whole bunch and consume a whole bunch of information from a bunch of websites, I can actually interact from one place instead of having to go log in and log in and log in. So the tools allow for almost this dashboard kind of integration where you can access multiple information at once, which can also share and cut down on the amount of time you spend on this kind of thing. And just a few resources to let you know about. The top 3 are obviously in your sector: Alpha Plus, Community Literacy of Ontario, and the eChannel. The other ones, which again are in the slides, are nonprofit and social media focused sites, and their purpose is mainly to tell you about useful sites that you should know about in order to help you consume information in your work and things like that. And then the last slide is a couple of specific websites. Again, they're in the slides on your USB, where you can go and learn some more information from people who are giving you 101. So for example, Social Media Listening and We Are Media, there's a whole page about how to work with Google Reader, how to use Twitter, how to use Facebook in your nonprofit work, and it'll walk you through step by step, give you ideas and resources, send you to other places, but give you that kind of overview about why this is a tool that might be useful for you. So all of the tools that I showed you here are covered on those sites. Health Nexus is an Ontario group that does work around public health promotion, and they've got a wiki where they've broken out, again, all of these tools. So if you want an Ontario context in a public health context, which may not be that dissimilar from your own, that's a useful place to go as well. So I threw a lot at you, but the idea, if you leave today doing anything, figure out how to filter messages in your Outlook, please, and pick one of these tools. I would suggest Google Reader, and figure out how it might be able to help you filter in information that you might or need, either for your own professional development or for the work that you're doing as well. Thanks.